Bismillah. Hmm. You know me, reflection mode. Anyone other than me taking any time to do any critical thinking in regards to just the general state of affairs when it comes to the uh, Muslim community in America? In general, and in particular, more so in particular, the so-called African American Muslim community. I mean, when you pay attention to global affairs, when you pay attention to domestic affairs, and you look around, I mean, do you ask yourself what part do you play on the global chessboard? Uh, are we just pawns? Do we have an agenda? Do we have any vision for a sustainable future? Or is it just go along, get along, AMs and PMs, continue to get taxed, and keep up your religious fervor and your worship? I am not opposed at all to the emphasis that that we put on the moral aspect of Islam. That is a foundational central component of us in regards to our character, who we are. But that does not negate our share of this world and where we should be active at in this world. Unfortunately, it seems like because the our predecessors have left us certain remnants uh, of movements, patterns to follow, and so on and so forth. We just kind of like follow what others have done, and when we want to get socially, politically active, we do it how others have done, and that's not viable anymore. That's not pushing the needle at all. In reality, it's sad, man. At some point we just got to take the gloves off and deal with our situation, because a lot of people avoid the serious questions. A lot of people don't have the answers for the serious questions, yet they hold prestigious titles and lead communities. So, like, I've been Muslim, for since 1995. So, uh, before that, I was already politically, socially conscious because I come from that kind of background. So we knew already that it was something fishy about how things were being run in this country. That's just a given, right? But because uh, I study law, we have, and I say we, I mean my halakha, the brothers that I study with, um, we have uncovered so many things that can help and benefit the Muslim community, but we get no traction with the mainstream, because I'm not even gonna attempt to fill in the blanks, but I'm just gonna provide the knowledge and information for why what we're doing is so out of line. You know, we're doing some things that don't make no sense. And like I said, for the so-called African American, with a particular history in this country, you should really, really, really be hypersensitive, and hyper aware of the inner workings of the law, you know, because that's where you're going. That's where we're getting beat up at. You know, we've introduced to the people in the community that, you know what, once the slavery was abolished with the 13th Amendment, it was incumbent upon us as a people to go for self. and to declare our own independence, as did our previous captors when they had an issue with uh, uh, their sovereign. We didn't do that. We accepted the offer to become second class, quasi U.S. citizens, a term used for the first time to apply to us, which was nothing more than a code word for the former slave. And we know that that's used for everyone now. So you see a progressive thing with the government, they don't mind enslaving everybody. Well, because, you got to remember what this thing started out as. This thing started as a joint stock corporation, meaning a commercial venture with private shareholders. Okay, that's the beginning of the United States from the colonial period, right? Those private shareholders never gave up their interest in what was going on in these affairs over here. As a matter of fact, they tightened up their grip over the years, and we've been led to believe that America became independent of these people. But when you do some deeper research, you find out that's impossible. To this very day, that's impossible. And that's problematic because of the history of England. When you look at the history of England, what took place there and how their sovereignty was compromised, and they have a silent partner. So now you find yourself incorporated into a jurisdiction that's ecclesiastical in nature. And you say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and you make your salat and you fast and you open your masjids, and we have our Eids and whatnot, but that's not that's not important to a colonialist. You can have your religion, you can go over there and worship, right? But you worship it under the wrong jurisdiction. Like I said, 13th Amendment, we were free people. We were to declare our own independence, right? We were to exercise and execute the Treaty of Marrakesh, which was the way out for us, and still is the way out for us, because the ultimate reality is this. In America, the American government, they contracted with Marrakesh. They contracted with American Indians. They contracted with other nations. Everybody else is slaves. Everybody else are slaves and property. So you need to get over yourself, African American. You need to get over yourself, because now that you know that the only lawful way for you to operate is according to the Treaty of Marrakesh, right? That encompasses you within the insular protections you need to operate as an autonomous community, and you vied to say, no, I'd rather stay up under the ecclesiastical jurisdiction of the church and work this 501c3 and get these tax exemption statuses and whatnot, right? Man, you playing the game the way they want you to play it, bro. You playing the game the way they set it up for you to play, instead of seeking to free yourself and your community and go into the private and operate privately and give those vestiges of slavery back to them. You rather just be sleep on the job, man, and just continue to do the same old thing. And that's really sad. It's problematic, and there's going to be some accountability for that. You can't just continue to act like you don't know. You can't continue to act like you don't know. That's and it's sad, it's sad that you brothers are agents of foreign powers. Yeah. You're operating as agents of foreign powers, man. You're not even acting like an American. Subhanallah wa bihamdi. May Allah help us. Anyway, I done got to the point in my seasoned years where, I'm not going to keep going rounds and rounds. I'm just going to say what I got to say and keep moving. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point, inshallah, our brothers will catch up with the times and move to the right side of the issue. Because right now, You dudes is following the Democratic Party. You holding hands with communities that you know are diametrically opposed to the dean, and you know, you know, it's really sad. Is all I can say. Subhanallahi wa bihamdi. May Allah give us guidance, and inshallah, may Allah give us tawfiq, us who are striving for, autonomous communities, sustainable outside of the jurisdiction of the kuffar, literally. Peace be upon the Moors. Astaghfirullah.